Hello, you wonderful people. Welcome back to our channel. If you are new to our channel, we are Tiffany and Craig from High Season, a social media agency that helps business owners, creators, and marketers step their social media game up and break the algorithm. Today, we are talking about a Instagram growth hack that we don't see many people talking about on here. So we wanted to dedicate a full video to it. We actually mentioned it in a few videos ago, and then everybody kept asking us to kind of detail it a bit more, which is what spawned this video.
It did.
So we are going to be going into this Instagram growth hack that you can use to grow, quickly.
Ooh,
like we like to say,
snappy.
grow fast, grow in a snap on Instagram. And the secret is theme accounts. Now, specifically, how to leverage theme accounts. Not you creating one, but leveraging existing ones. Now, we're going to break this down for you, and we have an extra bonus tip, so be sure to watch this video to the end. Without further ado, let's get started.
So first things first, what is a theme account? So what they are is basically a regular person has curated a feed centered around a topic, a niche, an industry, a vertical, an interest, a hobby. Basically, people create accounts and they pull all the content from other creators and they grow often a very large following by doing so. And the idea is that if they're borrowing your content, well, you could borrow some of their reach, right? So the idea...
Fair exchange.
Right? Isn't that
Yeah,
that's it, right? So basically, you name it, there is a theme account about it. You
Travel, beauty,
fashion,
food,
but
everything.
To the niche.
Yeah.
So there'd be like packet ramen from Southeast Asia would be one of the food ones. I bet you it would exist.
Yeah.
So it's super hyper niche, and that's why people follow them, because it's exactly what they want, and you can tap into those and get some reach.
How theme accounts help you grow is by reposting your content either in feed or to stories to their very highly targeted fan base, and that is just going to put you in front of the eyeballs of the exact people you want, which increases your opportunity for conversions, and the conversion we're talking about is follows.
Yes.
So you want to be targeting people in your specific niche so that you can get in front of their super large audience and basically take a bit of that and bring it over to yours.
A really important thing to consider is that the theme accounts that you target would have to be what you post about primarily and the vast majority of the time. So, for example, if you are a beauty account, but you do one little carousel that got some traction that people seem to like about Instagram tips for beauty creators, and a social media theme account reposted that, you really won't see much of a conversion because people saw that post about social media and they're going to come to your account and then everything else is about beauty. So do keep in mind that the accounts you target will have to be aligned with what you post about, or you will not see these results. So I want to just clear that up front to make sure that you are keeping that in mind as we move into the ways to target them. So how do you find theme accounts? So we've got a whole bunch of different ways to do it, but the very first thing is you do need to make sure that the accounts that you're targeting are actually theme accounts. Sometimes they can be a little difficult to discern between just someone with a decent following who has a really nice feed. Mm-hmm. So typically they would have some sort of a hashtag. They usually have their own branded hashtag in their bio, so you can tell immediately. They would often also mention submissions, like how to submit. Now, the larger ones may not do that because they might have a bit of a paywall to get into it. When I say large, like, 7-figure plus. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the regular ones, or the slightly smaller, would have some sort of submission process, and they would also have a hashtag. You can also double check that when you check through their feed, do make sure that they're always crediting other accounts. So if you're seeing an account and they're not crediting where it came from, then it might be a theme account. So those are some of the major tells and giveaways as to whether it's a theme account, because you could tag this account in your posts, but it's not really going to result in anything. So just a few key ways to make sure that that is a theme account, and then we can move on.
Now, the first way to find a theme account that is relevant to your niche is by actually going to the Instagram search field and typing in the keyword that makes sense for your niche. So, for example, if you were a city and travel photographer and you just had an incredible trip to Colorado and you wanted to make sure everybody could see your photos, you would directly go to the Instagram search tool, type in Colorado and then hit that Colorado, go to accounts, and then you'll see a ton of accounts come up. A lot of the times, for example, in tourism, this is huge. So usually every city, even under the state, will have an account, for example. So you can even visit Colorado, for example, and then you can even narrow down to the actual city that you were in. Now, what you're going to want to do is check to see what hashtags they're mentioning there, or if they're saying just tag us to be featured, and that's an account that you're going to note down as one that you're going to use when you're posting.
The next way to find a theme account is via hashtags. Now, it's very similar to how we found the account. So you're going to go right up to the Instagram search function. You're going to type in, say, for example, men's fashion. You hit the word men's fashion, and then at the top, you're going to hit tags. Now, there's going to be a whole bunch that come up, and you're going to need to cruise through a bunch of them. So the idea is that, typically these theme accounts perform quite well because they have such a large following. So they're going to turn up in these hashtags, even the larger ones that we often recommend that, newer and smaller accounts don't really waste their time tagging. They'll be on the popular page specifically, so start there. So for example, we took a look at men's fashion. We found an account called Men's Fashion Deluxe that actually reposts men's fashion. So we would recommend, once again, make sure you note these down. So whether it's a note on your phone, physically write it down, whatever works, but just keep track of all of these different accounts. So whenever you post, you have it handy and you can just go boom and tag them.
Another very simple way to find theme accounts is actually just via your Explore page. So if you are optimizing your content, as we speak about often, Instagram will, as they do, know exactly who you are and will actually land that content on your Explore page.
Yes.
So you can use those pages to identify theme accounts as well, and definitely note those down.
The fourth way to find a theme account in your niche is via Google. So a lot of publications do these blog posts where they collate a bunch of theme accounts or just big accounts on a specific vertical. So for example, if you are a restaurant in Toronto, you are going to want something like Toronto Foodies. So you could go and Google that term, and then it would actually bring up both Instagram accounts, because Instagram accounts are very searchable on Google as well, but there's a high chance you'll be able to find a whole bunch of other ones on these listicles, and they are a really great resource. Like, it's definitely worth spending the time and digging through a bunch of those, because that's how we've found a lot for our clients in the past.
So now that you found all of these theme accounts, here's how you get theme accounts to repost your content on Instagram. Now, there are a few ways. We talked about you having them noted down. With that, you'll see they have hashtags often. So you're going to want to start using these hashtags directly in every single post that is relevant to their content. These accounts actually go through, cruise these hashtags, and find content that way that they can repost. Another thing you're going to want to do is tag them. They usually say, tag us at so-and-so. You're already going to have the handle, of course. So tag them in the relevant post as well. It's actually beneficial for a few reasons. So tagging these, it's actually part of our 3-tag approach as well. Tagging these is beneficial, one, because of the algorithm. So you create an affinity so Instagram understands that these accounts are related, which helps you get served out beyond this strategy. Another reason why it's important and helpful is because it allows them to see you, and then that way they can repost your content. Another bonus as well is that you'll appear on the tagged post sides of their profile. So if people tap that little tag button, you'll come up there as well. So benefits you from various ways, but that is a really good way to flag your post so that they can repost it.
Another way is to comment on their posts regularly with a thoughtful or insightful comment, or funny, whatever it might be, so that you are memorable, and that hopefully you'll get into some conversations with the owners of the account. That is a really easy way for not only the account to know who you are and to start to build that rapport, but their followers could also see that, and it might even hit you, as a bonus, which is also a part of our daily targeted engagement strategy for growth. And you can check the video out about that up here and down there for more information there. And another way is to actually reach out to them. So the two main ways would be via DM on Instagram, because, if you're leaving all these thoughtful comments and you're tagging them and using their hashtags, they're going to hopefully be familiar with you, and it should be pretty easy to get into a conversation. Alternatively, a lot of these accounts have an email address in their contact part of Instagram, so you can actually reach out there. And the idea is to kind of like I was going to say sell them on your content, but not in a salesy way. Just let them know, hey, I love what you're doing with the page. I love the curation and the posts that you're sharing. I think that my post could actually be a great fit for your page because of XXX. Let them know what you're doing, and hopefully that will result in a repost.
And the bonus to this all is, aside from all the things that we've told you in this video, the one thing you're going to want to prioritize over everything is Instagram Reels. So you're going to want to share an Instagram Reel with them, of course, because Instagram Reels has the largest reach on the platform right now. You know, we've talked about it several times. Instagram has let us know. So you're going to want to obviously give them the highest performing type of content that they can leverage, and that will also help you increase your reach as well. Now, the other thing that is super key about this is that you're going to want to make sure your handle is in the first line of that Instagram Reel repost, because that gets cut off. If you look at any Instagram Reel as you're scrolling through, it's only the first line that appears. So you're going to want to make it easy for people to follow you by making sure that your handle's there so they could just tap on through. Otherwise, you might miss the opportunity and they might just watch it and maybe see the text and not really read the full thing, and you might miss out on that opportunity. So that is the real way to make sure that you increase your follower conversion opportunity. Real way. See that? Puns. Puns all around. Buzz. All right, guys. So that is the Instagram growth hack that we wanted to share with you, because it's without question one of the most beneficial ways to grow on Instagram, and not a lot of people take advantage of this strategy. So definitely see how it can apply to you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from us. You can follow us everywhere at High Season Co. Check out our blog post at highseasonco.com. And that is it for the CTAs. I always feel like I'm missing one.
No, that's it.
But that's it.
Perfect.
All right. We'll see you in the next video, guys.
Peace.
Bye.